Speaking of living greener, because we are trying to save on food, today we're actually going to introduce you to a new Cityline expert whose sole goal is to save the planet. She's a sustainable queen, award-winning journalist, and she's the newest face joining our Cityline family of experts.
Hi everyone, I'm Candice Batista, also known as Eco Candy, and I am so excited to be joining the Cityline family.
With over 25 years in the game, she's hosted and produced 3 green TV shows and 13 eco documentaries. She's been trained by former Vice President Al Gore and has traveled around the world to report on the global impact of plastic.
Almost all of the waste generated in India ends up either in landfill or waterways.
Now she's sharing her expertise to inspire us all to live a little greener.
I'm eager to show you how to make more eco-friendly choices without breaking the bank.
Here she is now. Candice, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Right here.
Thank you. I'm so grateful to be here. I can't tell you how much.
We are stoked. There's never been a better time to save the planet than now.
Never.
I mean, it really should have started years and years and years ago.
I started years ago.
You did start before it was even cool. You've been doing the work. You've done so much work in the green space, and you have a new book that is going to be coming out in the winter. How are you feeling about that?
I'm so excited.
That's
It's called
amazing.
Sustained, and essentially it's a framework to help you live a more sustainable life.
Right.
When I started this journey, it was very confusing because you don't really know what is actually eco, what isn't.
Right.
So this book, I've looked at criteria. So over my 30 years, I've developed a set of criteria that will help people to make better choices in different areas of their home. So the book goes through like your closet, for example, your kitchen. We talk quite a bit in the book about food scraps and what you can do with food and the problem with putting food in the garbage.
Yes.
So it offers the problems and then a ton of solutions, and really it's about saving money, because that is what going green is all about. It's not buying the latest, hottest product.
Right.
It's about using what you already have.
Oh, I love that. And
Thank
you
you.
mentioned food in the garbage bin. We are going to be getting into that
Yes.
because, my goodness, my mind has been blown by the tips that you have. So today we're playing Trash Talk. And it's not about us, you know, getting mad at each other.
No, not at all.
It's about tossing certain things and where you should toss them. Tossing certain plastics in the recycling bin, or mixing in food with waste and your regular trash. These are mistakes that can have really serious consequences for the environment. So what happens when we put the wrong trash in the wrong bin, Candice?
So a lot of things happen. So when we look at a recycling bin, if you're putting containers in a recycling bin, let's say a peanut butter jar that has peanut butter in it, and you throw it in there without cleaning it, it's going to actually tarnish the whole batch. So when it gets to the recycling facility, there's no one there to open that jar and clean it out. That does not happen.
It's not happening.
So the whole thing gets tainted and maybe rejected at the recycling center, and then all of that good stuff that could have been recycled ends up in landfill. The other big issue is putting food in other bins other than the compost bin.
Okay.
When we put food in the garbage can and it heads to landfill, as it breaks down in landfill, it gives off something called methane gas. Methane gas is a global greenhouse gas. It's really one of the major contributors to climate change. It's actually worse than CO2. So we want to keep the compost food in the compost bin and not in the garbage bin. A lot of people think compost landfills are big compost piles. They're not. There's everything in there, and it takes decades and years for things to break down because of the nature of a landfill.
Oh my gosh, so while I'm passive aggressively cleaning out my Nutella jar,
No,
like,
do it.
Do they want me to wrap it in a bow? They really do need it to be clean.
Yes, they absolutely
Or it's
do.
going to taint the whole thing.
Yes, so it's good to clean out your stuff, and if you're not sure, don't be a wish cycler. A wish cycler is when you're standing in front of the bin and you're like, oh, I wish that the person on the other side is going to figure out what to do this when it gets there. That does not happen.
Doesn't work.
The whole thing goes in the garbage.
And then the whole thing is in the landfill. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's play a game.
Yes.
You're going to test me. We've got 3 bins here. We've got a garbage bin, a recycling bin, a compost bin, and a whole bunch of different items. And you're going to quiz me to see where we're supposed to throw these bins.
Yes, so we're going to start with the pizza box. Do you know which bin this goes into?
Well, first of all, where's the pizza?
I know, seriously.
I mean,
right?
I'm feeling a little peckish.
Same.
I feel like since there's no food on it, I'm putting it in the recycling.
So it's kind of a trick question. You got part of it right. So
Okay.
if a pizza box, any cardboard, is soiled, you actually want to rip it up.
Oh.
The soiled part goes into your compost bin.
What?
And the recycling, sorry, the dry part goes into the recycling bin. So when you put this in here, No, this is a mistake.
That's tainting the whole
That's tainting
thing.
the whole thing. So this compost bin, you'd cut it up, put it into your compost, and if you have a backyard compost, even better. But yes, if it's unsoiled, it goes into the recycling bin. So you have to actually take the extra moment and split those two things up.
Okay, fair enough. What else you got?
Next, batteries. I want to see if you get this one right, because most people don't get this right. So which one do you think this goes into?
These I usually bring to this building. There's a battery collection depot at this Rogers building, and that's where I drop these off. So I collect them. That's right.
Depots, like drop-off centers,
Yes.
these are considered household hazardous waste. So you can't put these in any bins.
Okay.
The same thing with paint, the same thing with toxic chemicals.
Yes.
Lots of municipalities and towns have community drop-off days.
Yes.
So if you just go to your local municipality or town's website, they'll have that information on there.
Your laptops, your tech, all of that stuff. There's a place to put it, and it's not your garbage bin.
Exactly. Next up, used paper towel.
Well, who used it?
Nobody. It's just a prop.
Okay, thank goodness. I'm throwing it in the garbage.
So yes and no.
Okay.
So if you've used that to clean up a food spill, so let's say oil, for example, or whatever you're doing in the kitchen, it can go in the compost bin.
Oh.
If you're using it to clean with cleaning products, we prefer that you don't put it in here because compost breaks down into soil. So we don't want all of those chemicals from cleaning products breaking down into the food that we will eventually eat.
That's right.
So if you've used it to clean your home, I hope you don't, because let's use cloths. You know, paper towel is responsible for deforestation in many parts of the world. So if we can mitigate the amount of paper towel that we use, it's better. But if you've cleaned it in your home, it goes in there.
What if it's natural cleaning products? What if it's vinegar and lemons?
Then you're okay. Goes
compost.
in there.
Okay.
Compost.
All right, what do you got next?
Next up is these biodegradable and compostable bags and coffee cups. Where do these go? And typically we spend a lot more money on these because we want to be environmentally friendly. Right? So pick the bin. Let's see. Is she going to get it right?
I don't know. Okay, so this, if it's like this, I would put it in there.
Okay.
And this, I think I would put in there as well.
So both wrong.
Oh.
So unfortunately, these both go in the garbage, unfortunately.
Hold
and the
on
reason
one
being,
second.
Yeah, I'm going to explain. Yep.
100% bamboo, renewable and sustainable?
Yes, so that is true, okay? Bamboo is a renewable and sustainable plant, for sure.
Okay.
The problem is most facilities that pick up waste don't have the infrastructure in place to break those things down. A compostable item means that when it goes into a compost bin, it needs a certain temperature and a certain amount of time to break down, one. Two, with biodegradable items, everything in nature degrades, okay? Breaks down. With biodegradable items, you need to have microorganisms present. So the problem is with compost, it's really good because at the end of that, we get rich soil, right? But with biodegradable items, we don't know what the end result of that product will be.
So you're saying, should we be buying biodegradable stuff?
No, don't buy any of it.
So it's not really worth it.
No, most places, and it's a controversial subject because a lot of stores sell these things and they think, oh, you can recycle them in your local bin. You can't. The City of Toronto doesn't take them.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so
very quickly.
I don't even know why you have hangers here because I would never throw these out. I need hangers so badly. Are you throwing these out?
People do. Yes, they do. They break. They're
so
flimsy.
I think this is going to have to be in the garbage.
You're
I
right.
guess.
Unfortunately, you're right. Yeah.
Can you send them to my house? Don't throw them out.
And don't throw them out. Try to buy good ones that last the test of time that you can pass down and keep passing down. And clothing, where do you think?
I don't think these should go in any of them.
Good job. No,
so
never
it's
ever.
Like thrift.
Correct.
You know,
swap,
donate,
sell,
swap.
Donate,
There's
reuse.
somebody needs your clothes,
Exactly.
right?
Never put those in the recycling bin. We cannot recycle clothes in Canada.
Okay, Candice, such good information.
Thank you.
Sad but helpful.
I know,
right? Very good.